Welcome to the haunted cabin. Prepare a cup of coffee, switch off the lights, and forget about the external world. In this video, I tell two terrifying and creepy stories that took place in Canada. I'll narrate the tales in a captivating manner. Sit tight and allow these eerie accounts to transport you into a world of fear and unease. Our first story takes us to the Manitoulin Island, the largest freshwater island in the world. This quiet island was marred by a chilling incident that continues to haunt the locals. An old abandoned church located in the heart of the island has been lurking with dark tales. The local folklore speaks of a sinister shadow seen lurking around the church. Some claim it to be the ghost of a discontented parishioner who unfathomably disappeared centuries ago. Ever since, those who venture near the church at night report eerie whispers, rattling chains, wind chimes ringing of their own, footsteps from nowhere, and sightings of hazy figures. One winter's night, a group of thrill-seeking teenagers decided to test their luck. They dared each other to spend the entire night in the abandoned church, dismissing the locals' warnings. They laughed off the stories while they kindled a fire to keep themselves warm. As the cold waves of wind echoed through the empty halls and the dim moonlight cast eerie shadows, the teenagers sensed a gripping chill that cut through their brave masks. Their laughter was soon muffled by primal fear as they noticed the fire burning blue, a sure sign of unearthly presence. As the night progressed, the teenagers reported an obscure figure appearing and disappearing at will, murmuring unsettling words. Cries of inexplicable distress echoed furiously within the church, leaving a shroud of palpable terror. Trapped in a whirlwind of horror, the teenagers spent an unending night of dread and alarm. The next morning, one girl was found in a state of catatonia, murmuring incoherent words. When sanity finally graced her, she revealed visions of tormented entities who were taunted by the same unfathomable shadow. Since that accursed night, the teens remained scarred while the church exuded an acrid taste of fear. Our second story transcends us to the eerie woods of Quebec. These woods are home to the spine-tingling legend of the Wendigo, a part of the traditional belief systems of various Algonquin-speaking people residing in southwestern Canada. The Wendigo is believed to be a malevolent cannibalistic spirit that takes possession of humans in times of food scarcity, turning them into monstrous beings with insatiable appetites. This cursed creature is said to linger in the darkest folds of the Canadian woods. An unsuspecting hunter journeyed into these woods. As the darkness engulfed his path during a solo hunting trip, he stumbled upon a decaying corrugated shed. Seeking refuge, he ventured into the depths of the abandoned structure. The night was swallowed by an eerie silence as the man settled into his primitive shelter. However, what seemed like an ordinary night soon revealed itself to be a nightmare. The man heard unnerving scraping sounds against the wooden exterior of the shed, a bone-killing stench permeated the air, and frosty breaths of fear engulfed him. Through a sliver of moonlight, the man caught sight of a tall, gaunt figure with glowing eyes. Beads of sheer horror etched his brow as he realized it was the haunting Wendigo, its elongated fingers and bony limbs casting stark silhouettes. He was now victim to the legend he once disbelieved. As tortured groans filled the icy air, the hunter frantically battled against his incarcerator. He reported fleeting visions of famished corpses and desperate pleas of the dead, incredulous stories of cursed mortals. He realized his monstrous truth: he had morphed into a Wendigo himself, a fate worse than death. A year would pass, and a group of hunters would discover a mangled carcass in the woods, the remains of the man who vanished. His face was that of a creature, glass teeming with terror. His eyes revealed a story without words, a terrifying truth of the Wendigo legend, an ominous warning to skeptics. These stories bear witness to the dark and haunted underbelly of the seemingly picturesque land, reminding everyone that the supernatural exists amidst our everyday life. Just like the events of these stories, countless tales inundate Canadian history. These sagas of chilling encounters are etched into the landscape, embedding a spectral aura within the woods, the alleys, and the abandoned buildings. Bear these terrifying narrations in mind the next time you find yourself in the sprawling wilderness of Canada or pay a visit to the old, eerie churches that seem to be guarded by spectral entities. The reverberating whispers, the shivering chimes, the distant echoes, they are concealed carriers of untold tales. These unsettling accounts narrate the potentiality of the unseen, and sway those who dare to challenge nature's enigma, of dire consequences, twisted fates, and shrouded mysteries. Indeed, these stories do more than just send shivers down our spines, they echo the fragility of human existence, showcase the lengths to which darkness and fear can mold reality, and stir a newfound respect for the unknown. They are cautionary tales, harbingers of the truth that lies beyond our understanding. The relentless whispers and the riveting phenomena continue even today. Spooky spectacles can be witnessed if you choose to wander the woods' mysterious paths or spend a night in an abandoned church. As we conclude these tales, just remember what your eyes can't perceive, your heart often does. Thus, between the fables and the shivers of reality, let your intuition guide the way. For these stories are not mere tales to entertain, but rather profound reminders of an untold realm, a world of eerie whispers, enigmatic shadows, and the eternal dance between fear and fascination. Who would have known that beneath the engulfing beauty of this breathtaking country lay such morbid narratives, unsettling stories, and voices unearthly and untamed, which resonate from the very core of the earth to the rafters high. With these strange, spine-tingling tales that force us to contemplate the inexplicable, the hidden, and the unthinkable, we bid adieu. But, remember, the twisted realm of the terrifying and creepy thrives worldwide, waiting to be explored and unmasked. Until you meet again, brace yourselves, stay wary, appreciate the beauty of the unknown, and never stop delving into the mysteries that unfold under cover of darkness. And with that, we end our journey into the depths of Canada's ghostly whispers and peculiar terrors. Whether you believe the stories or your rational self rejects such morbid possibilities, let these tales live on in the flicker of shadows dancing around a campfire or in the suspenseful pages of a horror novel. Remember, these tales of darkness and dread happened in the wildest lands, and even today, their eerie essence continues to linger. So, if ever you find yourself lost in the enigmatic vastness of Canada, pause for a second, listen to the threadbare bud flowering in the woods, the pristine snowfall on a disillusioned church, the remains of the past speaking to the present. They narrate tales of sorrow, revenge, anguish, and of bone-killing fear. They embody the forgotten cries and heart-stopping gasps within each shimmer of twilight as the Canadian wilderness slips into its nightly cloak of shadows. The inexplicable happenings, the unnerving occurrences and the bizarre entities may not be within your trustful reality, but where your reality ends, that's where our stories, and the truth, brutally begin. The truth of the unseen, of the eerie, of the paranormal. So, lock your doors and unfasten your inhibitions because after all, reality is subjective, and the darkness is unfathomable. The forest is dense, the night is quiet, and the wind carries faint whispers. Who knows what it hides? Take heed from these tenebrous chronicles and be on your guard if you dare to step into the enigmatic world of supernatural Canada, a world where the line between the real and the surreal, the known and the mystical, is disturbingly thin. So, remember the lessons learned from the unfortunate few who let their curiosity sway their better judgment. Apprehend the secrets of the shadowy woods and foreboding sanctuaries cautiously, brace for the chill of otherworldly being. Because the truth can be more terrifying than your darkest nightmares, and the whispers in the dark, more deafening than thunder, and if magnificent Canada beckons you with its undisturbed beauty, be sure to respect the unknown and be wary of its ghostly residents. And who knows, you might encounter a spine-killing story of your own, wrapping you into its eerie embrace and forever altering your perception of the ordinary. And so, we close this chapter of life's most chilling chapters. Canada, with its impenetrable forests, weathered old churches, and windswept expanses, represents a land full of undiscovered and supernatural apparitions. Regardless, the resilient heart of man and his unyielding spirit continue to seek, explore, and endure even in the face of terror. So, if you're joining us for the next adventure, don't forget to grab that warming cup of coffee, dim those lights, and open your mind to the fantastical, to the undiscovered terrifying realm that might be just beyond the horizon, in your very backyard, in those evergreen woods, in the heart of Canada, and beyond. And that's all for today's stories. But be careful, because at any moment, you could experience your own personal horror. If you want more stories that will make you look under the bed before you go to sleep, subscribe to The Haunted Cabin, Activate the bell so you don't miss any new scares, give it a like if you survive the scare. And share this video with someone who also enjoys the macabre. See you in the next nightmare.